Perfecto. Sí, gracias. Binur, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
excellent. Thank you. Well, welcome everybody. Bienvenidos. My name is Beatriz Sotero. I'm the faculty-led coordinator for short programs from the International Affairs Office here at UPAEP. And I am very happy to have you here. I think we're expecting some more students online, but we have around 15 students here on the room. I would like to introduce you to Binur Yilmaz. She is Senior Partnership Manager from the European Center for Career Education, who has its main quarters on Czech Republic in Prague. They also have offices in Madrid and I think Dubai. I don't remember very well what. Binur is going to do her proper introduction in a moment. And within this week of employability, we thought this talk was going to be very important for you because we are going to talk about building your future essential soft skills. I don't know if you have heard of soft skills, but nowadays employers don't only want you to have knowledge and expertise on what you do, but they also want you to have special soft skills that Binur is going to tell us about. And at the end, she's also going to talk to us about the programs that the ECCDU offers within the summer or winter in which you can participate and acquire and develop these soft skills. So without any further information, Binur, the place is yours. So welcome and please introduce yourself and you can start. Go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Betty, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Betty already introduced. My name is Binur. So our company is, I work as a Senior Partnership Manager at European Center for Career Education. Our company is based in Prague, in the Czech Republic, but I'm currently located in London, in the UK. So it is around 8 p.m. my time zone, a little bit cold weather here, rainy weather. So I'd like to talk about soft skills that Betty nicely put together, that it's important and how it will be more valuable to know them in real work environment. So I'd like to start with actually understand a little bit about where you are standing in terms of knowing the soft skills. So the soft skills are basically not taught at schools or at university. These are learned indirectly through the projects that we do or the environment that we have been a part of. So, however, the important part is that the soft skills are very crucial in terms of shaping the future and your career life. So it will give you a lot of leverages if you learn how to use them and have to actually actively integrate into your work environment. So, especially in the job application process or internship application process, you can see how important these things will be. And while you're applying for your job, internship, or working in teams, these skills will be very much essential here. I'd like you to go here before diving in. Let's get a sense of this soft skills. Can you please read the QR code, or perhaps if you're online, right here in the chat box? What are some soft skills that you know? What are the soft skills that you are good at or that you're interested in improving, developing, practicing more? Can you please just write short answer, just one word is enough? If you can write that, that would be great for me to understand where you're standing at the moment in terms of understanding the soft skills. What is it that the soft skills that you know? You can write it in chat as well if you can. It would be easier for me to see. And I'll see if there are any answers. Okay, awesome. Oh, nice. You have really good answers. critical thinking, social skills, negotiation, emotional intelligence, the management, efficient communication, emotional control, resilience. Amazing, amazing. Perfect. So I believe these are already like amazing answers that you have mentioned. So today we will be discussing mainly, let me get back to the presentation.
Sorry, Binur, I think we weren't able to see the cloud of answers from the Menti, but that's okay if you want to go ahead, if you want
Okay.
to
Oh,
continue.
all
We,
right, but it was great actually. I've seen
yes,
amazing answers.
thank you.
So amazing like negotiation management, time management. There are amazing like answers there. Thank you for sharing that. It's great that we are already on the same page regarding the soft skills that we know and that we have. So here I also would like to talk a little bit about why they are important. So, as you can see, your degree and like your knowledge, your studies will give you the understanding of hard skills. However, when you actually start working, those soft skills will be making huge differences. Recently, there was a study at Harvard University. Like as the results, 85% of job success basically comes from the soft skills. So how well driven and well developed soft skills. And employers constantly ranking the communication, team building, and problem solving above grades or technical knowledge. Perhaps some of you already saw that there was another interview recently that has been done with Sam Altman, the AI, OpenAI's CEO. And it was so interesting how they were actually doing the recruitment for their employability. So he mentioned you can teach job, but not the attitude. So the soft skills are really essential that you should develop throughout your studies indirectly with the work that you've been doing or with the group that you have been a part of. Also, soft skills will help you actually work with other people, those who have diverse background and different understanding and different interests. So it will help you cooperate and work together effectively and efficiently on the projects. And I want to also touch on the differences between hard skills and soft skills quickly. So hard skills are basically what you do. So if you're studying engineering, so you will be learning the basics, the fundamentals of how you will be actually operating as an engineer. When it comes to soft skills, those are, as we mentioned, those are not taught directly, but you will be acquiring them throughout the experiences that you're having along your education or along with your life experiences. So here again, employers are highlighting how important the soft skills will be actually, more important than ever, the skills that you will be having as your hard skills. So soft skills, again, the communication and teamwork, or it could be negotiation, time management, while the hard skills are the technical knowledge that people mainly acquire during their studies too. Uh, it's wonderful that you already shared a lot of them, but today we will cover 5 specific fundamental skills and how they will be impacting and how they will be actually giving you the advantage to master them during your studies or after your studies. So it will give you a lot of advantages in the job market. So let's start with communication skills. So communication is the foundation of every soft skill, as you can tell. It's not just about, talking, it's not just about sharing information, but it's mainly about making sure your message is delivered and your message is understood. So we communicate all the time, like through emails or through meetings or in messages or in groups together. However, we might not be aware of how much we've been heard or how much we've been listening. So listening, active listening, is a crucial part of effective communication. So listening actively is, just as important as speaking clearly. Another aspect here in communication is the tone and the body language or the facial expression. This is personally that I'm really interested in. So in the body language, there are 96, 97 different cues that we can use. It could show like the competence or the warmth based on the skills that you will be using. If you're interested in the topic, you can definitely learn more about this area. And there is an author, Vanessa, I believe, like Edwards, like Vanessa Edwards. So she's amazing, and her books are really great. So you can read more about it, how networking can be easier for you, or how public speaking can be natural for you once you understand what kind of cues you are sharing and you are actually delivering in a social setting. Another important aspect is, of course, ask questions and clarify the understanding, whether you understood it or not. And it's always going to give you the, again, understanding how you will be hearing and sharing the question. Effective communicators usually adapt their messages. The way you speak to your best friend wouldn't be, the same, the way you would speak with your lecturer or with your teacher, right? So understanding the setting that you are that you're a part of, that will give you again the advantage to adapt your message, and so different audiences can understand and relate to that specific topic. So we should be aware of this again to have an effective communication skill. And last part here is that the like feedback. Feedback, I believe, like receiving and giving feedback is a gold. So you should be able to effectively sharing your feedback, because once you start your professional career, there will be a time that you will need to give feedback to your colleagues. Also, you will be given feedback based on your relationship, based on your performances. So receiving gracefully and giving feedback professionally will be so much essential, important for you. And once you learn it, the communication will be so much easy. Even the challenging conversations, the people that you have conflicts or the argues will be very much easily resolved, and you can definitely have a win-win result in that conversation too. Here I have a question I'd like to ask you. Uh, what kind of communication style do you have? Like, do you think that like active listening is important, or like sharing like your ideas in a clear way? So I'm actually curious about what you're thinking about, like speaking clearly or listening actively. Do you think, is there any, yeah, you can just think about it. You don't have to write it, but just think about that. If you think there is a difference, or if you just use one another more than the other one, so speaking clearly and listening actively. So you can just think about that. But here, like communication naturally leads us to collaboration. And I'd like to just take the next slide for our continuing conversation here. So regarding collaboration and teamwork, when we just think about that, like working together, I'm sure you already have a lot of teamwork with your peers and friends and colleagues during your projects. So this is just not about sharing the responsibilities or dividing the work, right? It is mainly combining the strengths. So the main idea behind collaboration and teamwork is bringing the uniqueness of each person to the table and create something bigger and something important on the project or on the work that you're doing together. So this easily brings us to the point where we will be working with a lot of different people and different perspectives, different ideas. So respect will be a key role and key step for you that will be giving a lot of, again, advantages in collaboration and teamwork, because a strong team usually thrives on trust and accountability and they should be relying on each other. They should be supporting each other. So again, the team should be successful and they can create something more meaningful or more successful if they have this building trust and accountability together with them. Another part is like manage conflicts constructively. That I also already mentioned that conflicts is inevitable. So it's not bad though. Conflict is not bad. Like if you have conflict with people, if you can resolve that, I believe that would bring a lot of valuable discussion and conversation to the table. So you can develop on that. So However, what matters is that how you handle with it, right? How you handle the situation, how you manage your stress or how you manage the conflict will be making the big difference there. So if you disagree with someone, disagreeing respectfully or focusing on issue, not the person, or focusing on the attitude at that moment, not the character, not the personality, will be again very much helpful. Will take you to the win-win results and win-win solutions at the end. And here, I would like to ask a question because we're talking about collaboration and teamwork. I'm curious a bit about your role. What kind of role do you usually play in a team? Like, are you a leader? Are you a creative person? Are you a supporter? Are you empathetic person? Or are you an organizer? Like, what kind of attitudes you have usually in the team? Can you just write it in the chat box or Betty, is it possible that they can also just talk and shout and I can hear
Sure,
them?
very well. So
Yeah.
what type of leader are you when you are doing collaborative work? Are you the
Yeah.
leader?
What kind of role do they
The role,
usually
yes.
play
Are
in
you
a
the
teamwork?
listener? Are you the one that takes notes? What role do you take? Yes? Okay, so you take the leadership and organize everybody. And you can also tell them, you do this, and you kind of coordinate. Very good. Anybody else?
Okay.
What type of role yes? Great. This is
What is it? What is that? I cannot hear them
oh,
unfortunately. So Betty, it would
I
be great
will
if you
tell
can
you.
translate that.
Either leader or supporter, depending on the project, depending on what
Awesome.
they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
She would take either the role of the leader or the supporter of the leader.
Very good.
The
Very good.
sidekick. Very good. The Robin of the Batman.
Any idea like person among the group, so any creative person who like comes with the very original ideas or always like brings more burden to the team in terms of like having more and more ideas.
Anybody who brings more ideas, more creative ideas, or just say, oh no, I don't like this and I don't like that, but you don't do the active part. You are positive all the time? Yeah, proactive. Well, silence. How do you say silence? Serves.
Silently.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Maybe the observer, because we have observers in the team as well, right? So
Yes.
those who are observing everyone, but they do speak less, but they are very strategic. Especially, there are a lot of different leadership styles as well. So you can use them, but we will get to emotional intelligence later on. We will talk a little bit about leadership, but it's great that you already know your skills, where you're standing in the team, but some of you might not be aware of what you're good at and what you're bringing to table in terms of, again, this teamwork activities. It would be good to observe yourself, how you're taking roles, how you're taking responsibilities. Are you an initiative person? Or perhaps you can take risks sometimes and you can do something different. If you're a leader all the time, because we had some students in last summer in our program, and she was mentioning how she was a strong leader and she's always taking all the responsibility, and she doesn't know how to follow not rules, but how to follow the group, the group dynamic. It was very much challenging for her. So if you are also like standing somewhere like that, you can try to use different skills as well. Force yourself to be a supporter sometimes. Force yourself to bring ideas sometimes, because those challenges will take you out of your comfort zone easily and will make you develop them and use them effectively. Perfect. And thank you for sharing it. It was great. And yeah, here, understand team dynamics. This is also, again, important, just observing each other's roles and what other person can work in a better environment. So this will be very much actually depending on the person that you are working with and that you're collaborating with. But if you have this dynamic understanding, success comes to that team. And when you work with each other's strengths, not the issues, if you do not point the issues only, you will work very well together, which also like support collective goals of the team. If you understand and acquire collaboration and teamwork skills, this takes us to flexibility, and it's actually the adaptability. Adaptability is another very well known and very popular word that we're using nowadays because the world is changing faster than ever, and like the technology we use, the careers that we have been taught, but now perhaps you will be doing are changing, and even the way that you study and we learn are changing rapidly these days. So adaptability actually means here that thriving in uncertainty and not fearing it, like not afraid of the change, not afraid of doing something new. So, like this staying positive through the change will be a great mindset for all of us, not only for you, because everyone should have at least some sense of adaptability and flexibility in their mind so they can live peacefully in the changing world and they can adapt their skills and lifestyles towards that. And manage uncertainty confidently, of course, in work environment. You will be loved if you can manage this challenge because things shift very quickly in the work office or in work life, and deadlines move or like plans change, strategies change. So adaptable people adjust right away instead of complaining, because there are also a lot of tendency into complaining in the workplace if there is no change, if there is nothing going properly or as they planned, they can be tend to complain. Instead, if you have the mindset that I can change it or I can actually adapt to this situation, that would be very much helpful for you. In the meantime, I also want you to think about a case or circumstances that you needed to, that you had to adapt quickly. Is there any experience that you would like to share? Like anything that you were planning something different, but it ended up completely differently and you needed to change and you needed to adapt the situation. It could be like learning style, it could be a lesson, it could be a project. Is there anything you would like to share or anything about adaptability story that you want to share with the group here?
Somebody would like to share a situation in which you had to adapt, maybe at the moment? Yes? I'll come to you with the microphone.
So I work on a theater production, and
Mm-hmm.
I had like a deadline because I don't know how to say it, the estreno, or like, yeah, the opening night was soon to be here, and
Okay.
the way we were rehearsing wasn't working, and what we usually would do is talk between actors and just figure it out ourselves, but it wasn't gonna cut it because the timeline was very tight.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to try something new, and I wrote the things that I think that I thought will help reach our goals, and send it to the director written. No, it was something that we didn't do because it wasn't something that was accustomed. Mm? And yeah, it turned out all right. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's something that we do when we have suggestions. We just write them down,
Yeah.
so that everybody can be aware of them.
Wonderful. Yeah, sounds great. Exactly, this is what I meant because like things can change and things can be very like not certain in some work environment. So like living peacefully with uncertainty will be a life that you will be adapting once you start that. But while you're studying at the moment, I'm not sure if all of you are students there or some of you are professionals. Maybe you can also answer it eventually. But yeah, once you start working full time, or some of you perhaps will be taking over the family business, or some of you might be interested in having your own startup, your own business eventually, all these skills will be valid for you too. So if you learn them sooner, you will master them and you will be definitely like climbing up those ladders much faster than those who are not aware of the soft skills. And yeah, again, here, another part in adaptability, the flexibility is feedback, like receiving feedback. So it means that you're open to be criticized, not in a bad way all the time, but open to be given feedback is also a part of adaptability because the best learners are those who are who are able to say, okay, that didn't work, but let's try something else. Let's find another way to make it work. So, like, just it is a small shift in the mindset, what you can do, and you will see huge differences once you understand the main element here, the main figure here will be very much helpful. And then balance flexibility with consistency, of course, like continue having or continue doing things that you've done. So I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your name, but in the example that you mentioned, it has been an occurring event after your initiative. So it can be a consistent plan, and you can actually bring a new custom to the work environment to your company as well. Just do not be afraid of taking initiatives or bringing something new to the table. Yeah. And of course, like when challenges are available, then adaptability will be giving you this confidence and it will make you a problem solver, which is taking us to the one of the most important skills that the employers are looking for nowadays, because the work environment, if you're in marketing, if you're in business, if you're in sales, if you're a leader, if you're a manager, there are a lot of problems all the time. And actually, the idea of having a business is to solve the problem, right? Solve the problem of customers. And then critical thinking is another important skills that you should learn and you should practice. These actually go hand in hand in a successful environment as well. So critical thinking basically starts with asking the right question. So what is really going on here? Once you face with an issue or once you have a problem, instead of uh, perhaps feeling angry or feeling frustrated, disappointed, it's better to start asking the reason, the main cause of the problem. What's really going on here? Just analyze it. Just define the problem clearly, right? Give it a name. So that will make a huge difference there. And then once you also continue analyzing and breaking it up into the pieces, smaller pieces, will show you where you made a mistake or what was not working. It doesn't have to be a mistake all the time. Perhaps you need to, you know, change the strategy or have another tactic in your business or in your project. So analyzing it carefully, critically, will be very important. another perhaps common mistake is usually done that just jumping to the conclusion, right? Going to the end right away and making an assumption or generalizing it in a way that based on the results that you have, which might be sometimes difficult to avoid, but it can lead you to several problems. So it's really critical here to explore multiple solutions if there is an issue first, and then you can just think about it logically and creatively and bring more options. So again, brainstorm comes here, another additional tactic that you can use for problem solving randomly or with the group that you work on the project. Brainstorm on multiple solutions. This will be, again, giving you a lot of leverage here. So I have a sample here, but I'm not sure how that could be like relevant at the moment. But I would like to think, I would like you to think about a problem that you have recently solved. Any issues that it could be like in a friends group, it could be in your projects, it could be something that you have done differently, or you had a problem solving approach that made a difference. Do you have any like story that you would like to share regarding problem solving, or have the critical thinking helped you differently than others?
Anybody has an idea? I think that you recently finished your exams period. Yes? Didn't you face this pressure of complying with many things plus studying? So you had to solve a problem. Anybody wants to suggest or share how you solved your organization? Yes, we have a volunteer. She's not.
Awesome.
What's your
Oh,
name?
you had an exam period recently.
What's your name?
Laura.
Laura, can you tell us how you solved something?
Yeah, I work at a creative agency, a marketing agency, and recently we had a problem with a client regarding their final design outcomes. And I think either it was most of emotion like management, not being angry, but thinking straight and having 10 minutes to resolve the problem and not having to like have the client be angry because once the client is angry, then everything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Thank you, Laura.
Wow. That's great. Very good. So can I ask, maybe take this opportunity to ask, how many of you are working at the moment? Or was it the internship that you mentioned?
Raise
that
your
you're-
hand if you are already working or you are at the end of your semesters. Raise your hand high so Binur can see you because she's okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already working. Yes?
Okay.
And the rest of you are almost finished or more or less in the middle. Okay, middle of their career path. Some of them
Okay.
are students and already working. So that gives you a different point of view, right?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's very much important because I just understood that you might already, or they might already have some experiences, but now this is actually making much more sense to me to understand that. However, like soft skills are not something that we just learn and then close the chapter. It is an ongoing process. We are learning, and especially like once you are fully and working full time and professionally working, I believe there you look for the solutions. There you try to understand the dynamics and how you can actually perform better or how you can bring something different to the table. So soft skills could be more and more important for you at the moment. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. And this is actually taking us after problem solving and critical thinking. I'd like to talk a little bit about emotional intelligence because to be able to solve the problem and critically analyze the issues and the environment, it is essential to have an emotional awareness where you're standing in terms of your emotions and in terms of managing your anger, your anxiety, your frustration, disappointment, or happiness, as well as your perhaps enthusiasm, motivation. Those are all the different type of emotions that we are dealing with daily, I believe. There are several of them. If you're in your good day, there could be around 10, 15 different like good emotions that you're having with, but we don't have name for them, as we are not taught that much about emotional intelligence, right? So we know good, bad, happy, sad, excited, like only a few of them. However, there are several other emotions that we should be aware of. So emotional intelligence is also named as EQ. So while IQ is our capacity, mental capacity, EQ is our emotional capacity. And this is very interesting to know that this is one of the strongest predictors of success in any career. So again, this is one of the recent books that I read, and they mention if you can manage your emotions and if you can fully understand them, it will give you actually a more like stronger options to have a successful career and successful life too. So there are 5 components in the emotional intelligence area. The first one is self-awareness. Like self-awareness is knowing your strengths, your triggers, your emotions, and what you're carrying with yourself. This could be different for everyone. So understanding your own patterns of emotions will give you power. So just I really would be happy if you could take some time after today's session and think about the like your self-awareness, what kind of emotions you are carrying and experiencing daily and mostly. So it would give you the like the average emotion level that you are having and experiencing. So that's one of the parts. And the second part is self regulation. It is going hand in hand with understanding your emotions and staying calm under pressure. So like professional life can be stressful, but it can be also difficult to stay calm or peaceful in the conflict or in pressure situations. So here, if you understand and learn how to self-regulate your emotions, uh, you will be unbeatable because you will not be getting into the discussions that you don't see any result or any conclusion or any answer. So that is so significant, and I highly, highly, highly recommend to work on understanding your emotions, and this would be one of them, to professionally manage it, because you can be triggered at some cases by other people, by other colleagues. So if you know that, you would react accordingly. And build empathy and trust. Another important part and aspect we should discuss and keep in mind in work environment, especially building trust is so important and difficult, and building empathy as well. So this brings us understanding how others feel and think. So some people are naturally empathetic, so they can understand, they have the empathy, sense of empathy. But for some people, unfortunately, it's difficult to understand other person's perspective. So they would basically end up arguing with each other or cannot find a solution for their issues in the work setting. So trying to understand others' feelings and looking from different perspective will help you here if you're struggling there. And communicate with compassion. It brings us to social skills. So social skills are mainly like building relationships and like helping others or resolving tension, having a conversation, like regular conversation with others. All these are social skills. So you can again focus on how you are behaving in a crowd, in group setting, and you can recognize the social skills that you are good at and you are lacking of, so that you can focus on that too, because that will be eventually like helping you establishing long-lasting relationship. Your friendship, that's the relationship. Your relationship with your managers, your supervisors, those skills will be taking you actually like all along your life. So it's very much important area to focus on. Then we have motivation. Motivation has different, like two different types. So I will not go deeper, but understanding your motivation, staying driven, like beyond rewards, or having your intrinsic motivation, like internal motivation, will also give you power so you can behave and act with the goals and motivation you have, which is not actually related to outside motivators. So you can control the success and the results of that. So that part will give you a lot of advantage as well. And lead with emotional awareness. This is the part that I see also very important. Like, as if some of you are planning to become a leader, manager, CEOs, or in important roles, hopefully you will take the lead in the upcoming years, and you will bring all these new perspectives to the work environment. But improving your EQ will make you a strong leader, and understanding others, feelings and thoughts, and inspire them to be able to an inspirational leader, to be able to an understanding leader. You should see how other people are actually living or acting or behaving, performing in their setting. So I see this part so much important, and it's actually not talked and discussed much. So you can definitely have a look at it. And I have also a book recommendation on this topic. So hopefully that will be helpful for you to learn more. Yeah, we covered 5 areas, 5 soft skills. There are several of them, as you mentioned at the beginning, like negotiation, time management is one of my favorite. And we have this, creativity, there are a lot of different areas, but I believe these 5 are the ones that you should focus on first, and you will see the results as soon as you start practicing and understanding that. What can you do, and how soft skills can be, improved, right? We know hard skills, and our teachers in schools, they are teaching us, but soft skills can be really hidden and not available to perhaps like take it right away. So it comes with practice, and it comes with a lot of the repetition. So you should just be involved in that. You should be exposed to the environment to be able to make it happen and make it successful. So of course, the first thing could be about like joining clubs. And if you're still studying, you can go to some student unions, or you can, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, a group of students can come together and start working on a project. And I believe at your university, there are also a lot of different student clubs. So you can go there and be there, take responsibility, and gain this hands-on experience, and see actually what you are good at and what you are lacking of. So that would give you a lot of ideas at first step. Another one is seeking feedback. This can be difficult if you're not used to being criticized or given feedback. For this, I believe a small friends circle group might work. You can ask them, how do they see you and how do they observe you in terms of your strengths and what you can improve. I believe the mentors here are great. If you know and have a few mentors around you, you can always ask genuine feedback from them, because these years are fundamental years, like your 2025 and like your early 20s are the fundamental years where you can build a lot of different experiences, try, fail, improve, learn, and it's a learning curve. So don't be afraid of getting feedback from your friends, your colleagues. It will just improve you if you gracefully accept them. And of course, your teachers. I believe that could be also another great way that you learn more about yourself. And reflecting goals, So for today, I really would be happy, or if you would take only one thing, that would be just think about one or two areas, the soft skills that you feel that you're lacking and that you struggle with and that you want to master and just, be your best at that area. What would they be? Just set some personal goals here and on a regular basis reflect on that. What have you done and how have you improved? What made you different for you after you changed a few things, perhaps? That would be amazing, like reflecting on your goals and your long-term, short-term goals will be very, very useful. And lastly, the daily practices. Sometimes we feel that one day is too short, but years, are too long. But once the years started passing through, you understand, wow, like 5 years ago, if I had started this, now I could have done this. There are a lot of assumptions and different scenarios when you start thinking about that. But within 24 hours, I believe we can achieve a lot as long as we have like certain goals and motivation and the desire to improve, to learn. So regular practices will bring this success and perfection to you, although perfection can be a question mark. So it can be different for everyone to have the perfect skills that will be helpful for you. And lastly, I have here 3 books that I would really love you to read because I believe they are, again, the fundamentals. And you can start with perhaps this Emotional Intelligence, Daniel Goleman. And here, basically, it is discussed all the emotional intelligence, the emotions that you might be aware of. So it gives you a lot of tools to understand what are the strengths in your emotions and what you should focus on as well. That's very useful and helpful book. And another one is Behave. So this is a little bit like, biology and society combination, where you can again learn how people behave and why, how the biological aspect impacts us, why we are doing what we are doing. So that is a deep book. I believe that would be helpful as well. And lastly, this Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman. So he has TED Talk as well. I believe this book gives a lot of understanding of how you can make decisions, how people and societies make decisions. If you're in marketing, if you're in, again, leadership positions, I believe it's essential to learn, understand the general decision-making rules so you can contribute to that, or you can understand and work with them accordingly, along with understanding your own decision-making process as well. Yeah, these are the books that I hope you could also read. There are a lot of podcasts on this too. So once you start digging deeper, I believe you will learn more of soft skills that you will need and that you can use in your career. So I pretty much covered the part regarding the regarding the soft skills. Here, if you have any questions in this topic or something that we haven't covered or anything you would like to share or experience regarding any topics that we discussed, you can take the opportunity now for a few minutes. Betty, do we have any questions about anything we discussed?
Do you have any questions regarding what Binur just talked to us about? In the end, I would like to conclude that learning about ourselves and about our emotions is an ongoing process through life. Every stage of our life is going to teach us something different, and we are going to learn to adapt, right? It's awesome, everything that you shared with us. I think it was very clear. I would like everybody to give us 5 more minutes because Binur is going to very quickly tell us about the programs that they have at the European Center for Career Education. Feel free to write Binur and follow her on the social media of the ECCDU. Go ahead, Binur.
Perfect. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. So it will take only a couple more minutes. And as mentioned, our company, European Center for Career Education, we know how like university students are struggling with their adaptation process into real work environment. So of course, the soft skills we already discussed, but there are other practical aspects that like students will need to gain and learn throughout their studies. So as ECCEDU, we know that this gap is available there between academia and the real work environment. So our programs are bridging them through these short-term intensive programs, including lectures as well as the internships. So this will give you the opportunity to build up your portfolio, grow your professional network, because like gaining this international experience will be sometimes difficult. I know that, from our students as well. However, once you have this experience, traveling abroad, studying abroad for a while, or experiencing an international environment, will give you a complete different understanding of the world, and it will make you different, very much different in the job market, because you can now something else, like from a different perspective, while your colleagues and other people are not able to do that in the same way that you experience. So with our programs, as mentioned, you will be having this enriched environment where the lectures will be covered by the experts in their areas, the managers, the CEOs, the professionals will be sharing their expertise, as well as the trends, like recent trends and how the European companies are operating at the moment. So you will have a lot of learning curves and experiences here. And our headquarters is in Prague, so most of our programs will be taking place in Prague, but we have another destination in Madrid. So in Madrid, the main program will be focusing on business, and the dates are from January 12th to February 20th. So like in 2026, during January and February season, and a business program will take place in Madrid. And then another option is Prague. There will be several programs, business and management, engineering, and tech programs, AI, computer science, law, architecture, and design. There are several fields and programs running at the same time. And that program will take place during July and August. That is summer season for this hemisphere. But yeah, July and August will be another destination that you can attend our programs. I want to talk a little bit about the structure of the program. I already mentioned there are two components. Like the first part is mainly the lectures. There is 2-3 weeks of lectures at the beginning where you will attend around like 15 to 30 different topics and lectures. And these are mainly from the experts in finance, marketing, or administration, or leadership, or digital marketing, or product management. There are different areas and expertise, and the sessions will be covered by these professionals. Along with the sessions, there are several company visits, and our students last year went to IKEA, for instance, and they spent like one session in the company, and they had conversation with the recruitment team, the managers there, and they learned the positions and how IKEA is operating their work in Czech Republic. And that was very fascinating for students, like learn about that as first-hand and hands-on experience. My favorite part in the program, there are a lot of favorite parts, but the networking events are amazing. So we have one welcome reception at the beginning and a graduation ceremony at the end of the lectures, where all students are joining there. And we have also several professionals joining the event, and you can network with them and talk to some of the people, those who could be inspiring for you and will be impactful for your career as well. So professional networking and as well as this guided company visits will be a lot of advantages for you. It is intensive, but that will be a lot of learning and practices for our students. And we always hear their like enthusiasm and motivation after their experiences and how they've learned and how they have actually take themselves outside of their comfort zone. So they are able to use whatever they have learned at university, and now they are implementing and practicing them in the real work environment. And the second part of program is the internship. Our internships are guaranteed because we work with more than 700 partner companies all across Europe. So once you are accepted into the program, you will have the opportunity to intern for 4 weeks at one of them. And you can easily see the list of partners on our website. I'll share them at the end. Another difference here in the internship is that you will be supervised. Usually internships cannot be as valuable as you thought, right? You always imagine you will learn everything, you will you will be a part of the team there. But in our program, we are aware of this and we make it meaningful and valuable experience for you through the supervisors that you will closely work with, and you will be given feedback and task and assignments throughout your 4 weeks of internship. Once you successfully complete that, our students are granted recommendation letter from their internship company as well as completion certificate. This will build up your resume, right? Your portfolio will be stronger, and of course, you will have all this experience with you that you can benefit and you can use them in your next step. It could be your own business or your next position that you will be working. So main highlights here, there are a lot of areas that you can think as an highlight or takeaway, but I really value the hands-on experience. So you can learn only when you just start doing it yourself, no matter what the work or what the project is. So this will make it possible for you. We have some case studies. Students are working on real cases as a group, and you will learn again collaboration and teamwork. And at the end of lectures, they do their presentation. So it gives them like a lot of understanding of how public speaking is working and how they can present their findings and their project results to the other students. Then again, lectures are conducted by the experts. Company visits will be important part. And once you finish that, there are mentorship program where you can have one-to-one sessions with our mentors that we have around 50 of them. It is an online version. So after the program, you will be able to choose 1 to 3 mentors for yourself to discuss your further steps in your career. And we have amazing global community. So far, we had around 100 different nationalities in the program. So you will have also this diverse background. You'll have friends from India, from China, from UK, Europe, from Norway, different countries, and it will be a lot of understanding and fun experience for all of our students that you can think and imagine. One thing here I can also highlight, the program itself is 6 to 7 weeks, including internship. However, you can do only the lectures part too. If your time is limited, if your budget is limited, only 2 weeks or 3 weeks of lectures will be also available for our students. So you can exclude the internship part and still have this lifetime experience in Europe, only attending the lectures. So we actually so far have several students, have hosted several students from your university, and I will be happy to connect you with them as well if you would be interested, and you can learn from them how they experience the entire program and how they learned and how they're actually now living like after their experiences. I'm happy to connect you with them if you're interested. So final point regarding application, it is really simple. We have a rigid system for all of our students and easy and practical. If you would like to be a part of this experience, just live in abroad for a while, have this like different company and different environment experience, or you have been always wanted to travel abroad and stay there for a while, I believe this is the chance, right moment. You can talk to your university. Betty is already there. She is coordinating it on your university side. So you can prepare your CV and you can schedule an interview with us, with our team, and our team will evaluate your readiness for the program. And then your application process will be proceeded if you're accepted. As a second step, afterwards, we have also another short call with students, accepted students, before the internship allocation process. Then we discuss your skills and preferences, and we match you with the internship companies. Then lastly, whenever you need support, our team will be there. Specifically for your university, our ECC Edu will also arrange accommodation and a airport pickup once you arrive in Prague or Madrid, and then public transportation card that you will use while commuting within the city. So those are included in the package that we prepared for your university. You can easily get in touch with Betty. I'm sure she will share all information with you as well, so we can take it from there. And I thank you all for your participation, for sharing your stories, for listening in. I really hope that this will be helpful and you will give and pay a little bit more attention to the soft skills that you would like to develop and upgrade during your studies or while even you are working professionally at the moment. You can easily find us on social media accounts. I recommend our Instagram account if you would like to see some glimpses and pieces from our programs. We share it there. And on YouTube, we have student interviews and company interviews. You can also have a bit more understanding how it is working. And like on LinkedIn, we share newsletters, the updates from our end. But if there is any other thing, any other point you would like to discuss with me, and any questions about soft skills, hard skills, I'll be happy to help you as well. Here is my email address. And with QR code, you can go to our website, or you can easily write eccedu.net. You can find the programs there. I hope you can be a part of this amazing community, and we can welcome you either in Madrid or in Prague, so we can see your growth and career development and enhancement in the future. Thank you so much.
Binur, thank you very much. Thank you very much for those of you who connected online and for everybody who is here in the room. We really hope that what you learned today, you take it with you. And as Binur said, do the exercise on your own. Think of the 5 soft skills that she mentioned. Think of 2 that you might need to work on a bit more so you do better on your working life. Don't forget to follow the ECCDU on their social media. I would like to ask you for an applause to Binur because she's in London and it's night for her.
Yes.
And
Thank you so much.
she really worked really hard on this presentation. We have been working on it for more than a couple of weeks for you to have something really valuable to take with you. We would also like to please ask you to scan that QR code for your the survey of the meeting. And I would also like to ask you if you checked your entrance in the QR code so we can know of your attendance. If there are any questions or anything you would like to share with us or with Binur, go ahead. And you know that you can find us at the International Affairs Office on Building 10, first floor. You can visit us anytime. Oh, the doors are open for you. Yes, Daniel, go ahead. Daniel is here, Binur, so he's going to tell you something.
Sure.
Merhaba Binur, good to see you again.
Merhabalar, merhabalar. How are you, Daniel?
Great and happy to see you again. And I have a brief message to our students here in the room because it's very important for you to know that by attending this program, you have the chance to select 3 courses from your academic program for credit transfer and equivalence. So after this program, by the model of faculty-led short summer programs in UPAEP International Office, you will be eligible for receiving the credit transfer for 3 courses from your academic program. Depending on the area you select from ECCEDU choices, and in addition for you, if you decide to assess the internship term in Prague, it can also be equivalent from the requisite of our university of internships. So you can assess fully your internship requirement from your academic program by attending this short summer program and the internship term. This is important for you to know, and I will say it in Spanish just to make sure there are no any doubts. Queridos estudiantes, gracias por atender esta sesión. Es importante que sepan que el modelo de Faculty LED ofrece a ustedes a través de este programa en Praga la equivalencia de 3 materias. A través del modelo de Faculty LED, ustedes pueden guardar las materias que tenían pensadas para el verano y acreditarlas a través de estas 3 semanas de curso en Praga, en República Checa. Adicionalmente, las prácticas profesionales son equivalentes cuando ustedes se quedan al internship que ECCEDU les ofrece. Además, quiero decirles que la experiencia de estudiantes ha sido maravillosa en estos internships y además es aplicada a tu área de estudios. No van ustedes a sacar copias, no van ustedes a preparar café, a menos que sea para ti. Lo importante es que es equivalente y con la ventaja de que es una experiencia internacional. Recuerden visitar UPAEP Internacional, Faculty LED, para las opciones abiertas a través de ECCEDU. Binur, great to see you again. Say greetings to everyone in your crew.
Same as here, Daniel. Thank you so much for that additional information as well. I believe that's also very helpful for students to know that they can use this as credits at their university too. Thank you very much.